Hey, yo, what the f***? This is a pally right here.
For deletion, save message.
What's up, little bro? This is Moose. I just wanted to let you know that I haven't gotten the opportunity to listen to all the episodes just yet, but I did listen to the last one you sent me when I sent the 2 thumbs up. I wasn't just sending an emoji just because. I'm proud of you. I did listen to it, and it is so very creative. I didn't want to text that. I wanted to tell you that. Very creative. I do like what you're doing. I'm busy. I'm all over the place, but, call me back when you get a chance. I'm off today. I just wanted to let you know that. I like it. I dig it. All right? Keep up the good work. I'll talk to you soon.
To replay this message, press 1.
It's a bunch of us. I'm a in the colony. Hold on. Everybody on their mountain, everybody marching for a young nigga like me to get tsunami on it. I'ma get it, I'ma win it, baby. I'll be on my curry till I crash and bury 40 on it. Yeah, I'm acting nerdy if it's at the Appalachian to the Appalachian. I'ma do whatever that they take to make a black nation. Hold on.
Alongside the informative Hanif Sowell, I am the greatest Haney Badger who has ever lived, Nasua Nuru. Yo.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
It's all good.
All right, my bad.
I'll be doing it again. It's all good. What happened?
I muted again.
You ain't like the intro? I said something wrong?
No. I had myself on mute. I'm going to stop doing that.
Alongside the informative Hanif Sowell, I am the greatest Haney Badger who has ever lived, Nasua Nuru. Yo. Happy 2021 to you, sir.
Happy New Year, bro.
Let me tell America something. We've lost a lot of great people in 2020. But just to cap it off, all right, Joe Louis Clark, all right, Principal Joe Clark of Eastside High School in Paterson, New Jersey. For those who do not know, he was played by Academy Award winner Morgan Freeman in the classic movie Lean On Me. Now, Joe Clark was an educator who was never afraid to get tough on these difficult students, all right? He would often carry a bullhorn, baseball bat, wheeled it around. He was an ultimate disciplinarian. What say you on that?
I remember, watching this movie, and it's been an instant classic. It's iconic for the culture. There's some iconic quotables and scenes from the movie. And a personal memory I have is where when they were filming the movie, I was a kid. It came out in 89, so I was about 6 years old. I remember my cousin going down to audition for the movie, and I was excited because I'm thinking like, yo, I don't know nobody who's ever been in the movie before. And he was an extra in the crowd in the final scene when they was like, free Mr. Clark, free Mr. Clark. But when I saw the movie, I couldn't see him in the film, but that was one of my backstories. But I like to take a listen to some of the iconic, classic, quotable moments from the movie.
Oh, you know I got you, bro. You know I got you. That's what I'm here for. Here we go.
Time we are being crucified by a process that is turning black into a permanent underclass here, Frank. A permanent underclass. No, see, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody. Mrs. Elliott's missionary zeal about Mozart has nothing to do with our problem. Nothing. What good is Mozart going to do a bunch of children who can't go out and get a job? Joe, your personal battles are going to cost us the war. Worry about the test scores. What the hell you think I'm worried about? End of discussion. Debate is over. You will write a formal apology. I will what? A formal apology for your treatment of Mrs. Elliott and Darnell and for your vicious and thoughtless insult to the women of this community. You will kowtow. You will step and fetch. Frank, if you think you can get me used to it, it's the way of the world. If you're so hot on discipline, then start by accepting mine. Because contrary to popular opinion, I'm the head in charge.
Benson?
Yeah, Benson stole that scene, yeah.
Benson? That's Morgan Freeman's movie. Benson? Talking about Benson, he tells people that, he told Morgan Freeman that we're losing the war because of your personal battles.
Right.
Thought that was very deep. What say you on that type of theory? Do you think a lot of people will lose a war over personal battles?
Yeah, it's called the Peric Victory. So it's basically where you invest so much of yourself into one small victory that you don't see the bigger picture and you lose the war. And I think that happens every day to a lot of us.
You think people that get high has that type of victory? Like, yo, they won the day because, we just got high?
Yeah, Ho said, tomorrow as long as the night before was sweet. That's that kind of thinking when you're in survival mode.
Joe Clark had the same idea.
Yeah.
I don't think you've changed a thing. Go on, jump.
No, I don't want to jump.
Yes, you do. You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
Yes, sir.
You know what that does to you? Huh?
No, sir.
It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells. Now, when you're destroying your brain cells, you're doing the same thing as killing yourself. You're just doing it slower. Now, I say if you want to kill yourself, don't f around with it. Go in and do it expeditiously. Now, go in and jump. Jump.
No, I don't want to kill myself, sir.
You think that's where T.I. got expeditiously from?
Nah, I got T.I. in it, so, you know. That's all. It's just boom. And it's fast, you know, expeditiously. You know, that's what the word means, I believe. I hope I'm right on that.
Yeah.
But and then we have one more scene. Now, you want to toss this one up to the people?
Yeah, so we all know the theme song, Eastside High's theme song. And because of this movie, they made it another iconic, you know, song that we all like to sing, and we feel a little nostalgic when we hear it. So let's hear how that went.
Before I play it, I do like the part, even though we didn't get this clip, when the dudes were singing the new song, the new version of the song, and Morgan Freeman was just standing there looking at him, and he let him go like, you know, I would say definitely first verse and then go back into the chorus. He was like, all right, stop it. Just hated on him. He ain't like none of that. But let's play this clip.
Powers,
Yes, sir.
these hoodlums have told me something I can't believe. Are you the one who changed the school song like that?
Powers.
Let her answer.
Well, sir, the children thought the song was a bit boring.
Boring, huh? Mrs. Powers, I have never heard a school song like that. And I certainly never authorized you to change it. Did I? Did I?
No, you didn't.
I want everyone in this school to learn that song in English and Spanish immediately. Take a bow, Mrs. Powers. You've rewritten our alma mater.
Are you crying? I'm crying. I'm sad. Yeah.
Loyalty. That's all I was going to say, because that was my shit. That shit was funny as hell. No, I didn't cry. I definitely laughed just now, only because, you know, it's funny. Like, just to hear that part where here is, you know, a principal, a black male getting to yell at a female music teacher, and all she could do is just look at him straight and just was like, you know what? I did do something that would, you know, honor the fact that you could yell at me in front of the kids, so I'm going to just let you have that day. And then he just turned right around and said, it's the new alma mater. I like that.
Word.
But it's the new song to the alma mater. How about that?
Like I said, that movie, and because of Joe Clark's effort, we don't want to forget the man in front of the movie, because he really turned that school around and he really cared about the children of our community and, you know, helped probably save some lives. So rest in peace to Joe Clark.
Hey, yo, what the f***? This is some pally right here.
Please subscribe and download to The Late Night Flight on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Every subscription helps us towards our efforts in having a career in podcast radio broadcasting.
Hey, yo,
What's up?
I think I owe you an apology
What happened?
for caping for Joe Biden.
Oh, no.
It's about to be trash, bro.
Stop.
It's-
Yo, we have prominent women that we can easily vote for. The country say no on it. What I'm supposed to do now?
Right.
Because I feel like, yo, why did it take a Joe Biden to make everybody wake the f*** up? Why Elizabeth Warren, why Kamala Harris wasn't good enough for the country?
Yeah.
We had to get an 81-year-old man to go, fly on a helicopter that he probably didn't want to go on in the first place to say, hey, I'll help. Like, I don't know. I find that to be a little backwards. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just my personal feeling on that. I don't get that.
Right.
Like, why are we making the joke about, the only reason why we voted for Biden is because Kamala was there? You had a chance to go vote for Kamala. Like, I don't get it. You can't send this woman her flowers as a vice president when you could have sent her for flowers for, being the president.
Yeah, well, I mean, the argument would be that she's too far to the left. Joe Biden is mad centrist, and he was the pill that we had to swallow because everybody was thinking, okay, we're gonna go to the opposite extreme of Trump, right? Because Bernie Sanders did so well before, and Elizabeth Warren was popular, Kamala Harris was popular. But when they started going into the primaries, most of the people who voted in the primaries, especially Black people, was like, nah, Joe Biden feels safe for us. And then they chose Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying?
You ever watch those police movies back in the 20s? And they'd be like, nah, copper, that's hogwash, I tell you, hogwash. That's what that sound like, hogwash, I tell you. It's hogwash, man. I get, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you're hogwash. I'm saying that's rhetoric that people online, Twitter, and some people in real life, because you may watch TV, watch MSNBC, watch Fox News, and you can catch this type of rhetoric and you would say that to someone. The issue with it is it just does not make any sense. It really don't. Biden wasn't even in the beginning of the presidential. He didn't even, like, Biden, you want to do it? He like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't even want to do it. So it's funny what they had. Like, it's so funny. It's so funny that the presidential election now, because of what Trump did, and see, my whole phenomenon with Trump is just the celebrity of him, not him. Like, I feel like, hey, you could, if you'd have put Tom Hanks in there, it might would have been a little different. Might would have been better.
Why is there a COVID crime wave? And is Mitch McConnell behind it?
Yo, they vandalized this man's house. Have you seen that, honey?
Did.
Yo, do you remember The Godfather? Have you seen that movie?
A lot, yes.
Remember the scene in The Godfather when I think they told the lawyer was played by Robert Duvall. I don't know what their real names are in the movie. I know who their real names are. That's let you know I'm a real movie buff. So Robert Duvall is the lawyer, all right, or the constituary. Tom, would you say Tom?
Tom, yeah.
There you go. So his name is Tom, all right? And he went to the film director's home because I believe their Italian friend who was an actor, they dropped him from the movie because he was having sexual relations with the female star who was also having used to have sexual relations with the film director. And that's what happens in Hollywood. But anyway, they tried to get this man to come back to the movie. They didn't want to. The film director didn't want to do that because obviously the young Italian actor was over here having sex with his young thing, and he didn't like that. So they basically told him, "No, we're not doing that. Get up out of here, Tom." And he called him some Irish name, and then he called, Don Corleone some crazy Italian name, some racial slur, and kept it moving. So then he woke up to his favorite horse that he actually showcased to Tom. You don't show people like this your prized possessions because they'll shove that back in your face. But anyway, he literally chopped the head off the horse and then had it in my man's bed. And at least he thought he was wet. He thought he had a wet dream, and it actually was his prize horse. And that's what I'm thinking about right now with this Mitch McConnell situation. Now, of course, it's not of that extreme, no. But people are tired. It's funny. What if these people that did these did the spray paint mural on my man's home, honey, what if they were white people?
I'm sure they were white people.
Because this is Kentucky. You know ain't no black people in Kentucky unless they playing for John Calipari.
Ain't no black people going to be in Mitch McConnell neighborhood without being accosted by the police. So I already know who did that.
So now that we are, first of all, Hanif just went in phase 1 reaching, so I am going to join him. I am going to do phase 2 reaching, and I'm just going to go out and say 16 Klansmen spray painted your home, Mitch McConnell, okay? That's what I'm just going ahead and say. I'm going to say that 16 Klansmen has spray painted your home, Mitch McConnell. You with me on that one?
Yeah, I'm with you. But, here's like the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And, what's really happening is that, 2020 had a crime wave of record proportion. Like the murder rate in major cities like Philadelphia, Chicago, even in New York, where it's rivaling the 90s. And, there's an increase in violent crimes. And what's happening, there's a direct correlation between poverty and crime. And when you have all of these people out of work, you have all of these people social distancing, you don't have the unemployment benefits for about 4 months, you don't have the stimulus plan, and then when they come back, they give you $600. That Mitch McConnell holding up that money saying, let's wait and see, or let's do a little more targeted spending. The government doesn't have that much money. That's why I'm making the correlation that, his economic policy doesn't account for people who are in poverty and the repercussions of that. And that's problematic.
Hey, yo, what the f***? This is some pally right here.
Did Nike kill Kobe? And should Master P and Baron Davis be worried?
Well, we all know what happened to Bill Cosby when he was about to buy NBC. Oh. And we know what happened to Michael Jackson when he owned all of Sony's publishing. So I wouldn't find it too far-fetched if Kobe leaving Nike would have some treacherous effect to it. And then Master P and Baron Davis trying to buy Reebok, they might need to consider it.
So they may need to lay low, you telling me?
Now, I want them to buy it, but I'm just saying, they should be extra cautious.
Extra cautious on buying Reebok. Who gonna with them? Under Armour? What's gonna happen? Who putting a hit out on somebody, yo? Come on, man. Oh man, yo. I need a clip. I need a clip of like one of them battle rappers that be like, yo, you be reaching, dog, but I with you, yo, because that kind of makes sense about, especially the first two that you kind of compared it to.
You remember the movie Undercover Brother? when the man was fucking with everybody? It's the man, bro.
I mean, but who? Okay, I mean, yeah, I'm with you on the movie, but tell America about the movie a little bit. Like, what did the man do with the chicken and the Coke 45 guy? Tell the people.
Yeah, so the man is just basically the quintessential old white man who has all of the money, and he doesn't really have an identity. He's just the man, and he's pulling all of the puppet strings, and he's stopping black people from being successful. So we got to keep our eye out for the man.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And there you go. Look, honestly, we think it's really dope that Master P and Baron Davis want to buy a Reebok and want to make it a black-owned business. And absolutely. Yeah, I'm sorry, you was about to say absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I honestly think that, Vanessa Bryant or whoever's controlling Kobe's affairs should move forward with his Mamba sneaker, because I think it would still be iconic and still do some numbers.
You know what's so funny about that is, yeah, man, dang, yo, Vanessa Bryant holds all the keys, right? Does she not? She really does. I mean, all she has to do is go to some type of graphic designer and boom, make it happen.
Word.
Not a graphic designer, a sneaker designer, a shoe designer, and then, see, that's the thing. She has to get the sweatshop going.
Yeah.
That's the thing. See, that's the hardest part when you really, DIY it, because you can make the product, have the product made, and then, create the whole, hey, look, this is my website. Because I think that might be more sufficient for her.
Yeah.
What is the best way of doing it yourself without, basically going broke over it?
So either a strategic partnership, like kind of how Kanye did with the Yeezy, or she could do limited editions where she only make a small amount of shoes and sell them at a high price and just put them out every so often.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that's basically the best way to start distribution. I'm thinking about how LeVar Ball was doing it, where he didn't even give nobody nothing. He got all the money. Took everybody 5 months to get their sneaker.
Oh, how about that?
And then his son broke his ankles in the sneakers. Then he said, I'm not wearing Big Baller Brand no more. He said them triple B's was, I don't even want to get into it. Maybe we're going to let that go. We're going to let that go. But anyway, yeah. See, this is funny because my thought is, why do they not want to make their own sneaker company? Why do they want to buy the company? I'm pretty sure because it's already manufactured and distributed already. All they got to do is just put different ownership in it.
Who is this? You're talking about Kobe?
No, I'm talking about Baron Davis and Master P.
Oh.
Because this is already an established, Adidas is already established.
So I have an idea about that. I think that what they should focus on, because God forbid Master P tries to design new Reeboks. We all seen what Master P does with his design, and it's not great. So what I think they should do is they should put emphasis on retro Reebok classics. The Pump was a classic Reebok shoe, so they should rebrand that and market it for people to go retro with that. The Reebok classics, the 5411s, they should really push those to for people to wear those next summer. And I think, then, like you said, team up with somebody who's a great designer and put out an actual quality shoe. And I think Reebok will have a chance.
I don't agree with this move that they're doing now that I'm thinking about it out loud with you, because realistically, just make your own shoe. Do what Starberry did, do what LeVar Ball did, do what Vanessa Bryant could do. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with buying Adidas, but you know what? Not to knock anything you just said, as far as what type of, I get what you're doing. You're making predictions, and I'm with you on that. They ain't gonna do it. I mean, they'll put it out, fine. I'm just saying, it's gonna be business as usual at Adidas, because once again, all you're doing is just changing out ownership. It's like the time where Donald Sterling did what he did. He had to leave the Clippers. Now you put Steve Ballmer in. They still the same team. A team that goes to the playoffs, lose, and don't get a ring.
Welcome to the Late Night Cafe with your poet, the pilot of the Tuskegee training, the Nile River of Newark, New Jersey, and the greatest Henny Badger who ever lived, Nasor Naru.
Yeah. Snatch your girl like I'm Arkell. Take her right to my cartel. That still got the new car smell. Number one like Cam Newton. No glop but these grand shooting up out my hand like Cam Newton. I'm ballin' dip just like damn you in. Top on and I'm gone. Smoking purple up in that painted thing. All red like Minute Maid. All lead when that semi spray. Studied y'all from my compound. Blowing loud, call on. What I found out is what I knew then. You getting chicken like Parmesan. Scared to brick up. Break it down and split the bitch up. Bag that shit and split the flip up. And get that bitch bitch at your cup. Find me up in your hood. With your girl and give me that tug. Huggin', call me David Ortiz. Huggin', about to give her that wood. Huggin', about to give her that look. Huggin', about to make her say huggin'. Seat back, making love to my hooks. Huggin', she go to work and she on time like Kasamic. Huggin', seat back in her face like Dallas. Huggin', yeah. Put this dick thing in my time frame. Don't lose change, play my games. My course bag made a mind change. So weak, my grain. She wanna switch sides, see her eye bang. Check my voicemail, she wanna suck it off in this fly range. Cop a look at my ride. White painted that traffic light. 300 on clam chowder. What? It's out my appetite to just cool out for a little minute. Let the engine roar, hit the Aston light. Let's get high via satellite. Then dust my hair like a stack of lights, girl. Yeah. Rip from couple stacks to that duffel to 100 racks to that bubble. I don't play, my pockets on struggle. With a couple hoes that I know wanna fuck with me on some other issue. 2 kids, 2 mothers. It's trying to tie me down like the government. Normal then on the inside, real then on the outside. Chill nigga, don't doubt mine. Your bloodline be an outline, I put that work in, my clientele on cloud 9. That's right. On my grizzly, yeah, trap time. Still running these streets, mama still coming with me. At the office doing OT. All my goons surrounding my 3. 300 on 8, 300 on Stuyvesant. Both streets I'm flying in, back blocks I'm hiding in. Them suit boys when the time me in, I had a long shift, 9 to 10. They got me, that affidavit ain't signing it. Right in front of your school zone. So what? I need croutons and a new blonde and a cute blonde blowing poop on in my Yukon. Find me too hot. Both chains on 2 summers. 20 bricks of that blue thunder got chicken shining like blue hummers. Who the fuck is that in no red pants? Black thong, cherry, hey. Never went to school, but she know how to make me come very fast. Brain game more high IQ. Dark skin like how are you? Let's buy you things for an hour or 2, then get a room, you know how I do. Grey goose in my fridge, plus that blue rock in my cup. Let's just have a toast to my game. We should wanna sign with me to sign up. What?
Can 2 men have sex with 1 woman at the same time and still have love and respect for her?
All right, so the article is this woman saying how she has 2 lovers, and when she has sex
I'm
with
sorry.
her-
Say it one more time. My bad, because I coughed while you was talking. I don't want that.
You want to do it, or you just want to pre-talk about it?
Like, do it. Like, yo, just we just do it. Just bro, like, man, just do it, man.
All right, so
Just do it. Yeah.
So in this article that posed the question, can 2 men have sex with 1 woman at the same time and still love and respect her? It's based on an article that came out last year where a woman was saying that it was always her fantasy to sleep with 2 men at the same time, and she accomplished it, and it was like the most endearing experience that she's had sexually. So I posed a question on my Facebook page, and some of the people was just going off. Like my man was like, she made a train sound amazing. And and then my other homegirl was like, that's too much meat for my taco. And said, watching my man get head from a female of my choice is my fantasy. And then said, y'all really letting these men guilt y'all into thinking you couldn't take 2. Their respect is not worth the lies. So I bring this to you in saying that, and would you participate in that experience? And I know you would, but
what
would you?
Hey, yo, hold up. You know, I was over here trying to cue up music, cue up laughter. I'm trying to get things ready. Look, you know what? No. Say all that you just do that over again. I got your back. I want you to start with like go back to the stuff that you was doing. All right, I was trying to put it like not from the top, but bro, trust me, I got you. All right, this is the late night flight. For all you know, this might actually go on the podcast. You don't even know yet. Go ahead, just start from the top.
All right, so the question is, can 2 men have sex with 1 woman at the same time and still have love and respect for her? And it's based off an article where this young lady made this happen as a part of her fantasy, and she said it was one of the best experiences that she had in her life, and the men were almost worshiping her in this process. And my homie said she made a train sound amazing. Then my homegirl said, that's too much meat for my taco. Says she wants to watch her man get head from a female of her choice. Said, y'all really letting these men guilt y'all into thinking you couldn't take 2. Their respect is not worth the lies. And then we just kind of all went into a deeper discussion of like, yo, from my experience or my understanding of it, I've never participated in it, but in those situations where it's more than 1 man on 1 woman, they call it a train, a gangbang, or whatever. And it's typically done in a way where it's strictly beneficial and male-centered. So I was wondering if like you could, or if 2 men could join in with a woman at the same time and still love her and treat her like, they respect her.
Define love and treat her with respect. Define
like, All right, so say if you were in a relationship with this woman and that was her fantasy, would you oblige and would you still be able to continue to be in a relationship with her?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I couldn't do anything like that. Now, the best thing to do, the smartest thing to do, when a woman opens her mouth and reveals that, and let's say you're in a dating situation, or I don't mean to say the situation, that's sad. You're dating, or wait, you said this is someone that I'm in a relationship with, correct? But
Right.
is this a dating relationship or is this a relationship? Is this my
You're-
girlfriend?
Yeah, it's your girlfriend, and your girlfriend is saying, like, listen, it's always been my fantasy to sleep with two men at the same time. Could we make that happen?
All right, so this is what has to happen. And of course, this is my opinion. This is just an opinion. I could be right. I could be wrong. I tend to think I'm right. So, hear me out. What you have to do is look her dead in the eye. I was about to say square. Dead in her eye. And you have to let her know that you can no longer be with her. She has to go fulfill her fantasy. And I need you to go be happy with fulfilling your fantasy. Now, don't get me wrong. You do have an opportunity to come back and say, hey, I still want to be with you. I'm ready to be with you. So I can at least gather thoughts, gather information, and then still tell you no. But if I was you, when I tell you that I'm leaving, I'm not going to be with you anymore, not because I'm mad at you, because I just want you to fulfill your fantasy, I would like for you to go. Because realistically, I'm not going to fulfill that fantasy with you. I'm not. I'm not.
So am I'm not.
I'm
that
not.
Listen, I'm not that mature yet either. In terms of like, I don't know that I would feel comfortable with doing it at the same time.
But hold on, young man. Why does the N word has to make a play on that? It's not about being mature or about it enough or not. It's just, are you willing to do it or are you not? Don't let this play about I want to say your manhood. Well, yeah, let's just keep that N word, the maturity of it. It's not about where you're at as a level of morality as an adult. It's more of what are you willing to do and what you're not willing to do. I'm not willing to do a DP session for a woman, even if she the one that wanted it.
I get it, but would you do a threesome with two women?
Would I do a threesome with two women?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, I've done. Let's not get into that. But look, I understand what you're saying. But what's the point of that? I'm sorry.
It's a clear double standard.
No, that's not a double standard, young man. That's not a double standard. That's not if you're willing to do that, you're willing to do this. No, I'm not saying that if I'm in a relationship, first of all, the right question you should have asked me is, if I'm in a relationship with a woman, am I willing to give up a threesome for another woman? And that answer is yes. That's the question you should have asked me. See, I don't have no issue with not having a threesome in a relationship with a woman that may not want to have a threesome. I'm okay with that. I don't need to push that agenda. All I'm saying is, let's say if I told her I did have a fantasy and I wanted to have a threesome, and if she's not open to that, she has every right to tell me you have to leave.
Sure.
Go fulfill your fantasy. But I don't think that someone is losing maturity because they have a clear stance on something. It's not about being, like, you're being open-minded to it, but still, as you was open-minded and you let it swirl around your head, you still said to yourself, this is the POV I'm going to take on this. Because no one's right or wrong. It's just what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. As they say in Mexico, you can be a Mexican or a Mexicant.
I feel like, again, it's about what we ask of our partners or what we would like to do to please our partners. And if a woman seriously wanted to have that as a part of her fantasy, as her partner, if you're committed, at the very least, you should consider it. And that's why I speak to a maturity level, because it's going to take a certain level of confidence. It's going to take a certain level of maturity, because think about it like this. Would you do it with an escort? You and your man chilling in the crib, y'all smoking, drinking, the escort comes through and then y'all both get down with her.
I'm not with that. I'm sorry. You asking, but I'm one person though. I'm one person. You know, I think there's other people that wouldn't mind that.
No, I'm speaking in general. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm sorry.
My bad.
So,
When you asked me, I'm sorry.
As men, you know, generally speaking, and this is why I asked the question about love and respect, is because if it was like an escort or if it was like some chick you considered a jump and you ain't really care about, that's easy. It happens all the time.
Right.
But your wife or a woman that you love and care about and respect, and she's saying that this is what I would like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you won't oblige her. Or if you did oblige her, it'll be the end of the relationship at that point. So
but it would have to be, though. You know why, though? You know, right? You do understand why, though, right?
Why?
Because that's something that could have been fulfilled before I got married with you. Or before I got in a relationship with you.
So, I mean, so to your point, then it just speaks to maybe y'all just aren't compatible people anyway, and the relationship should have ended.
There you go. Because these type of questions need to be asked in phase 1 of dating. What are your desires? It's a desire. It's not sex. You can't. Right. You can tell me your desire if you're not open to telling me a desire. I mean, and look, I'm talking about maybe the 6th date. The 6th date. I mean, somebody may be like the 3rd. I mean, fine. I'm just saying you don't got to say it the 1st date, but I mean your desires.
So. And this is part of where my normalized cheating. I got to throw that in there because this is what happens, right? From my impromptu Facebook survey, apparently this is the fantasy of a large population of women, but they don't feel comfortable enough in exercising that fantasy because of the response from us men, because we look at it as, you know, less than wife material in order to do that. So she's going to suppress her fantasy in order to get a man that loves her and respects her. And my question again is like, why can't she have both? Why can't we be open enough to oblige her in that and still love and respect her?
First of all, again, it's the way you're wording the question. It makes it and it makes it very so woman, like pro-woman for no reason at all. It's time to make it fair. Just make it balanced. Don't say what one man won't do and the other woman would do it. Here, this is what it is. You want to have a threesome with 2 men. I don't. That's it. I still respect you. I still love you. Now, let's say you somebody that did get in that situation. I mean, the smartest thing to do is to live your fantasies before you deal with someone that you really, really think about wanting to be with. Because there's certain fantasies you cannot, I ain't gonna say you can't, you sure could share, but you gotta be, you know, that's just the type of open that realistically a lot of people are not really ready for. And I'm not saying that you can't be. If you wanna do that, that's fine, do it, you know, but I'm not doing it.
Hey, yo, what the f***? This is some palace right here.
What would you like to see manifested in 2021?
So my 2020 ended on a bit of a somber note. One of my close cousins, my mother's first cousin, Gina, passed away due to complications of COVID-19. And, you know, it really hit me because she was that cousin, that older cousin that was like an aunt. And, you know, she used to get me and my cousins all together and she would let us turn up. She was the house that we would go to in the summertime and, you know, have a good time. And my childhood was literally lit because of her. And I just want to take a moment to, you know, wish her a peaceful transition and rest in peace. I love her and I'm going to miss her. With that being said, you know, I made a conscious decision that, you know, I'm going to, you know, take 2021 by the horns and, you know, make sure that I accomplish the things that I plan and set for myself. And one of the things that I'm doing as a part of my manifestation is sage in my house. I'm taking Kyrie Irving's cue, sage all the bad energy out of my crib. I got a mantra that it's yours, meaning that anything that I want, anything that I see for myself, it's already mine. So I just got to make it happen. And I'm looking forward to great things with this podcast, taking it to the next level in my personal life, taking myself to the next level and just going for broke and making sure that this is one of the best years ever for me.
My condolences, bro. My condolences. I have a question about Cousin Gina, if I may.
Sure.
If I may. When people pass on, they always say, what's the message that you get from the dead? What do you think would be the message? Not necessarily something that she said to you, but maybe there was a lesson learned in the whole life story of, how you two had your relationship. What did you get out of it?
I know for her, you know what I'm saying? There was never a time where I even seen her sad or mad. And if I did, it was like really brief. She was always the life of the party. She was always telling us to be yourself and have fun. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that would be a continuing message that she would have. And that's kind of where I'm taking my years. Like, yo, if you want to do it, or if it feels good to you, make it happen. And, be the best at it. And I think that's the message that she would want me to have.
I dig that. The only reason why I asked is because I didn't want to just make it how much I'm not necessarily into manifestations. Not necessarily saying that it's whack, because it's not whack. I mean, there is something to say about the laws of attraction, about speaking things into existence, putting great vibes, great energy into the universe. Now, because I'm not a tarot reader, hear me out. I was raised as a Christian. And the thing is this, they always tell you in the church, we walk by faith, not by sight. Here's the thing about all that. God gave me some things the same way he gave you. Gave me a mind, 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 feet. I can walk and talk on this earth. And the fact that I have a gift of gab, which makes me something special, I'm pretty sure that is my gift from God. So I'm willing to use that all day, all night to not only get a profit, but to spread a word. Now, hear me out when I say all that. I'm able-bodied. So for me, I have to manifest it by actually putting in some action, putting in some footwork. So in 2021, it's going to be some consistency. It's going to be some footwork. And we're not saying it because I'm looking to manifest it. I'm looking to put it into action. Because when it's action, it is a movie, and we're all going to watch it together. But the only difference is, these pilots are going to be at the box office counting their money.
Email us at thelatenight@gmail.com so we can read and answer your question on our next episode.
Hey, yo, what the f***? This is some palace right here.